A very good morning to all of you children. Today we will discuss another important topic, that is law of conservation of momentum. So far we have discussed the three laws given by Isaac Newton. Now, as we know, momentum is product of mass and velocity. So the law of conservation of momentum states that total momentum is always conserved, total momentum is always constant. Earlier, you are familiar with the law of conservation of energy, that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can transfer from one form to another form. Similarly, in case of momentum, I have written this statement: the total momentum of the two objects is unchanged or conserved by the collision. And to prove it, we suppose that there are two objects. One object has mass m1, another object has mass m2. Now object m1, whose mass is m1, is moving with initial velocity v1, and another object is moving with initial velocity u2. And it is also, you can suppose that u1 is greater than u2. It means, or you can mark these objects as A and B also. Suppose this is object A, this is B, A, B, A and B. So A has mass m1, B has mass m2, and A is moving faster than B. u1 is greater than u2. So if they are moving in a straight line, after some time A collide with B. So here the collision takes place. Since A is moving faster, so it will strike B after some time. And suppose this collision lasts for t seconds. And in this collision, the first object exert a force on second. So I have written F12. This is not F12. Or you can change it. You can also write it as FAB and FBA. So FAB means force exerted by object A on B. As a result, object B will also exert a force on A. So suppose that force is FBA. So FBA is the force exerted by object B on object A. Now, these two forces are equal and opposite. As we have earlier discussed in Newton's third law of motion, that when we apply a force on an object, the second object also apply equal and opposite force on first. So these are action and reaction forces, FAB and FBA. And let after collision, the objects are moving with different velocity v1 and v2. So it is a very important question that state and prove law of conservation of momentum. It may be a 5 marks question. So you have to write the statement in this way. Then for proving, you have to draw the diagram, and you have to describe the diagram a little bit. For describing it, you write some lines, then we will prove it. So write down, children. Suppose two objects A and B. Suppose two objects A and B of masses m1 and m2, are moving with initial velocity u1 and u2. Are moving with initial velocity u1 and u2. Then next sentence you write, let u1 is greater than u2. Let u1 is greater than u2, and the two objects collide, and the two objects collide with each other, and the two objects collide with each other. Next sentence, during collision which lasts for time t, the first object exert a force FAB on second. And the second object, it means object B, and the second object exert a force FBA on first. And the last sentence you write, suppose V1 and V2 are the velocities of the two objects after the collision. Now, first of all, we will try to calculate these two forces using Newton's second law of motion, because second law tells us how we can measure force. So, write an expression for FAB first. FAB. So, what is the formula to calculate force? As we have discussed earlier, force is equal to mass into acceleration, and further it can be written as mv minus u by t, or we can say that mv minus mu by t, isn't it? So, force exerted by object A on object B. So, mass of object is m1, and what is the change in its velocity? Its initial velocity is u1 and final velocity is v1. So change in velocity is v1 minus u1, and the collision lasts for a time t second. So we can write FAB, force exerted by ball A on ball B, will be equal to mass of ball A, then change in velocity of ball A, and this change in velocity takes place in time t, because we have assumed that the collision lasts for a time t second. So we can write FAB is equal to m1 v1 minus u1 by t. Similarly, here you can mention from, we have from Newton's second law, FAB we have written, and then calculate similarly FBA. FBA is the force exerted by ball B on ball A. So ball B on A. So what is mass of ball B? That is m2. Mass of ball B is m2. And what is the change in its velocity? So mass of initial velocity of ball B is u2 and final velocity of ball B is v2. So change in velocity will be v2 minus u2 similarly and by t. So these are the two forces. FAB, force exerted by ball A on B, and force exerted by ball B on E. Now these forces are action and reaction forces. So we will write from Newton's third law of motion, these forces are action and reaction forces. So we will write action and reaction forces are always equal and opposite. So we are writing FAB is equal to FBA. If we will write like this, it shows that this FAB is equal to FBA, but they are opposite in direction, so you have to put a minus sign here. These forces are equal and opposite in direction, so we are putting a minus sign. Now substitute the values of these forces. So it will be m1 v1 minus u1 by t is equal to minus, we have m2 v2 minus u2 by t. Now t cancel, so simplify it, open the bracket, it will be m1 v1 minus m1 u1 is equal to minus m2 v2 minus minus plus m2 u2. And if you will rearrange the terms, it means if we will transpose this minus m1 u1 to this side, it will be plus m1 u1, and if you will bring this term minus m2 v2 to this side, it will be plus m2 v2. So ultimately you will get that m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. So this is a very important equation. This formula, this equation is very important. Now what is m1 u1? What is m1 u1? As we know, momentum is product of mass and velocity. So m1 u1 is the initial momentum of object A. Similarly, m2 u2 is the initial momentum of object B. So if we add these two momentums, m1 u1 plus m2 u2, this is total momentum before collision. It means this expression represents total momentum before collision. So before collision, the two objects A and B are moving with initial velocity u1 and u2, and mass of object A is m1, initial velocity is u1, so its momentum is m1 u1, and that of B is m2 u2. If we add these two momentum, so this is the total m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is the total momentum before collision. So after collision, they move with different velocities, and the velocity of ball A is m1 v1. Velocity of ball A is v1, and so its momentum is product of mass and velocity, so m1 v1, and that of ball B is m2 v2. So total momentum after collision will be how much? m1 v1 plus m2 v2. So the expression which is on the right side of equation 1, this shows that total momentum after collision, m1 v1 and m1 v1 plus m2 v2 is the total momentum after collision. So in this way we have proved law of conservation of momentum, that total momentum is conserved or unchanged. It means initially momentum was m1 u1 plus m2 u2, and after the collision the momentum is same, m1 v1 and m2 v2. This is equal to the initial momentum. I think this proving is clear to you. You must practice it, and because a very important topic, and we have some questions, so many numericals based on it. For example, I am going to solve question number 4, page 127. The question is based on law of conservation of momentum. So let us solve question number 4. Page 127, question number 4. The question is, two objects of masses 100 gram and 200 gram are moving along the same line and direction with velocities 2 meter per second and 1 meter per second respectively. So masses are given. So m1 is 100 gram, convert it into kg, so it is 0.1 kg. Similarly, m2 is given 200 gram, again convert it into kilogram, so divided by 1000, so 0.2 kg. The initial velocity of the objects are given. u1 is 2 meter per second, u2 is 1 meter per second respectively. In this way you have to read the question carefully and write down the given things with their symbols. Now next, they said they collide, and after the collision the first object move at a velocity of 1.67 meter per second. So v1 is given. After collision the first object is moving. First object, that's why v1 is moving with a velocity of 1.67 meter per second, and you have to calculate the velocity of another object. It means v2. Determine the velocity of second object. It means you have to calculate v2. So recall the formula which we have proved now. So write m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Now substitute the value. 0.1 into u1 is 2 plus m2 is 0.2, u2 is 1 is equal to m1 is again 0.1 into 1.67 plus m2 is 0.2 and v2 we have to calculate. So simply we have substituted the values after writing the formula. This formula we have derived now from law of conservation of momentum. m1 0.1, u1 2 plus m2 is 0.2, u2 is 1, so I have written 1. On the right side we have again m1, so 0.1, v1 is given 1.67 plus m2 is 0.2 and v2 we have to calculate. Now try to simplify it. It will be 0.2 plus 0.2. This side we have 0.167 and here we have 0.2 v2. So if you will add it, it will be 0.4 minus, this will come this side, so it will be minus, and in right side we have 0.2 into v2. So if you will subtract 0.4 minus 0.167, so it will be 332. So you will get 0.233 is equal to 0.2 v2. So v2 is equal to 0.233 by 0.2. So if you will simplify, it will be 0 and here we have 3 zeros. So 233 by 200. So again divide it. So 200 into 33. 1 times 33. Again 1 time 3. So 6 times 1200. So then 5 times. So it will be 1.165 meter per second. So V2 will be 1.165 meter per second. In this way you have to solve the numericals based on this topic. So many numericals are given, and I think today I will take a class on Google Meet. In last 10-15 minutes I want to see how many of you are able to solve the numericals, how many students are able to understand it. So I will take a class on Google Meet for last 10-15 minutes. I will send a link for it, and that time we will solve some more questions based on this topic, law of conservation of momentum. Thank you, children.